Let's try to write the IUPAC names of a few organic compounds. Remember the rules, that is, we give the lowest number to the substituent or the functional group, and the functional group is always included in the longest carbon chain. So let's take an organic compound. This is the organic compound. We see a double bond, and we know a double bond is a functional group. So the first step is to find the longest carbon chain containing the functional group. So in this case, this becomes the longest carbon chain. We start the numbering from the left because we give the lowest number to the functional group. So if we start the numbering from left, the double bond gets the number 1. If we start the numbering from right, we get 1, 2, 3, 4. The double bond gets the number 4, and also the substituents get the number 2. But since the double bond gets a higher priority, since it's a functional group, so we try to give the lowest number to the functional group. So we start the numbering from the left hand side. Now we see two substituents, methyl group and chloro group. So we always arrange the substituents alphabetically. So C of chloro comes before M of methyl. So while giving the prefix, we first place chloro, which is present at position 4. So we get 4 chloro. And then there's a methyl group present at position 4. So it becomes 4 methyl. So this is the prefix of this organic compound. Now we have to find the word root. The word root depends on the number of carbon atoms in the longest carbon chain. In this case, we have 5. 5 means pent. So we get the word root pent. Now to find the suffix, we see the functional group present in the organic compound. In this case, we see a double bond. That means it is an alkene. So we give the suffix -ene. Since it is present at position number 1, so we write pent 1-ene. So there are 3 parts. The prefix comes from the substituents present in the organic compound. Then we have the word root based on the number of carbon atoms in the longest carbon chain. And based on the functional group present in the organic compound, we get the suffix. Let's take another example. In this case, the first step remains the same. Find the longest carbon chain containing the functional groups. There are 2 functional groups present. So this is the longest carbon chain. Now we have to number the carbon atoms. So if we start the numbering from left, the first OH group gets number 1. And the second gets number 6. Even if we start the numbering from right, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one OH groups get number 1 and the other one gets the number 6. So it remains the same. We can start the numbering either from left or from right. So now, based on the 6 carbon atoms, we get the word root, which is hex. So we get hex as the word root. Since there are 2 alcohol groups present, the 2 OH groups, so we get 1,6-diol. We use the prefix di because there are 2 OH groups present. And for alcohol groups, we use the suffix -ol. Observe that we do not ignore the E of hexane. In case there was only 1 alcohol group, we ignore this E and we use the suffix -ol. But in this case, since we have 2 alcohol groups, we write the complete name, which is hexane, followed by the suffix, the positions of the 2 alcohol groups, and then diol. Let's take another example. In this organic compound, the functional group present is COOH. The C of the carboxylic acid should also be included in the longest carbon chain. So when we find the longest carbon chain, this is the longest carbon chain. We give the lowest number to the functional group. So we start the numbering from the right hand side in order to give the lowest number to the functional group. Now we see 1 substituent, that is the chloro group present at position number 4. So the prefix of this organic compound becomes 4-chloro. To give the word root, we look at the number of carbon atoms in the longest carbon chain. there are 5 carbon atoms. So 5 means pent. Now, the functional group present is the carboxylic acid group. So we use the suffix oic acid since it's present at position number 1. So we write pentane 1 oic acid. So this is the IUPAC name of this organic compound. Let's do a question here. We are given an organic compound. What is the IUPAC name of this organic compound? So let's start. This is the given organic compound. The first step, find the longest carbon chain containing the functional group. In this, the functional group is the aldehyde group. That is the CHO group. So in order to give the lowest number to the functional group, we start the numbering from right. Since the functional group itself contains a carbon atom, so we start the numbering from the C of the CHO group. So this is how we number it. Now we see 2 substituents. So the prefix of this organic compound becomes 4, 4 dimethyl. There are 2 methyl groups present at position 4. So we write 4 twice. We get 4, 4 dimethyl. This is the prefix of this organic compound. Then comes the word root. We see 5 carbon atoms in the longest carbon chain. 5 means pent. So the word root becomes pent. Now we have to find the suffix. The suffix comes from the functional group present. It contains an aldehyde group. So for aldehyde group, we use the suffix Al. Since it's present at position number 1, so we write pentane 1 al. So this is the IUPAC name of this organic compound. Let's take another example. We are given this organic compound. We have to find its IUPAC name. In this case, you observe a triple bond. The triple bond is also a functional group. So the longest carbon chain should include the triple bond. So this is our longest carbon chain. If we start the numbering from left, we get 1, 2, 3. The functional group gets the number 2. If we start the numbering from right, we get 1, 2, 3, 4. So in order to give the lowest number to the functional group, we start the numbering from the left-hand side. Now we have to give the prefix to this organic compound. We have the 2 chloro groups as the substituents. Both are present at position number 4. So we get 4, 4 dichloro. This is the prefix followed by the word root. There are 6 carbon atoms in the longest carbon chain. 6 means hex. Now, the functional group present is a triple bond. We know a triple bond means it is an alkyne. So for alkynes, we use the suffix YNE. Since it is present at position number 2, so we get hex 2-ine. So this is the IUPAC name for this organic compound. So while giving the IUPAC names to the organic compounds, there are 3 parts. The prefix, which is used for the substituents present. Then based on the number of carbon atoms in the longest carbon chain, we get the word root. And based on the functional group present in the organic compound, we get the suffix.